An SEO tip that just works, especially if you're a beginner. People say SEO is hard and complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Even if you are a beginner, you can get tons of traffic to your website through simple strategies. And today, I want to start you off with one. First off, have you ever heard of the site Quora? It's a simple question and answer site, and it's super popular. So popular, it's one of the top 100 websites in the world, according to SimilarWeb. So how do you get that traffic that Quora gets? Well, it's simple. They just answer questions that people are curious on. These questions are long tail keywords. In other words, they contain many keywords. Best of all, they aren't competitive. It's easy to rank for questions because no one is targeting them. So how do you find these question-based keywords in your industry? Well, have you heard of a tool called AnswerThePublic? It's a tool that shows you all the popular questions that people are asking. Head over to AnswerThePublic, type in the keyword related to your space, and hit search. You'll then get a list of all the questions that are popular within your space. Now, if you want to see their search volume, you can type in any of those questions into Ubersugggest, and it'll tell you how many people search for them on a monthly basis. But before you go and write content on all those keywords, there are a few things that you need to know. First, make each question a unique page, assuming you have enough content to write about. And when I mean enough content, I'm talking about hundreds of words, ideally 300 plus. If you can do even more than that, like 400, 500, 1,000, even better. But don't just add fluff. Second, you need to have an amazing answer. For example, I wouldn't create a page answering the question of what's 2 plus 2? Because everyone knows it's 4, and if not, they can just Google it and it's one word or one letter or one number more so, which is just 4, right? There's not much content to create on that. But if I had a sports website, I may answer the question of what is it like to be an Olympian? And my answer would be very detailed, from what it's like to train, how long it takes to be Olympian, what kind of diets do you have to be on, what is it like to win or even lose, and how do you earn money as an Olympian, right? I don't see Olympians getting shoe contracts like Michael Jordan. I would even break down how hard it is to be one and the amount of people that try and like the percentage that you'll actually have to be Olympian. So that way it gives people a perspective on how hard it is. Third, you want to continually update your answers as things change. For example, it was probably less competitive to be Olympian when the Olympics first started versus how hard it is today. So as time goes on, keep your answer updated. This is super important. Just think of Wikipedia. It is the 9th most popular site in the world. Why? Because they keep their content updated. For reference, most topics, there are more pieces of content than searchers. For example, there are 165 searches a month for the term dog food in the United States, yet there are 2.6 billion results. You think all those searchers are going to go through 2.6 billion results? No, Google doesn't even show them all because they know people don't really go past the first page, maybe the second page, rarely the third page, which means search engines have their pickings when it comes to determine what sites to rank. So make it easy for a search engine. Keep your content up to date because they rather show updated pieces of content versus ones that are years and outdated. Fourth, promote your content. You don't have to spend ad money to do this. It's as simple as sharing it on the social web or linking that newly created answer from some other web page on your website that's related to it. Fifth, you have to do this with a lot of questions. Now, I know this is not what you want to hear, but this is how you're going to do well. There isn't a specific number of questions that you need to create content around, and you can't really do it with 5 or even 10 questions because that won't get you much traffic in the long run. But if you do this with 1,000 questions or even 100, you'll notice nice traffic gains. And the more the better, assuming you can create amazing answers to those questions. If you want my team to just do this for you or create other similar content for you if you don't have the time and resources, just check out my ad agency, NP Digital, where we implement the strategy all the time. Now, if you have questions or you're stuck on implementing the strategy, leave a comment. I'm here to help. If you enjoyed the video, like it, share it, tell people about it. Thank you very much.